even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. So once again, I thank everyone for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. May I know who all are joining the call today?
हरे कृष्ण भगवती वसुधा माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। प्रीतिदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna, Priti Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Vasudha Bhagavati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Canada.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, all glories to Prabhupada. And Guru Maharaj is my humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas Police Station.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj and all the devotees. And this is Kapnadaki Dasi from Baltimore. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadiki Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Ajki Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Happy to see you, Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji, I was talking on mute.
Yeah, no problem, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, is there anyone who would like to introduce in the call today?
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranams, all glories to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you wonderful, wonderful Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, my name is Sri Sapanishat Devi Dasi. Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
This is Balavinda.
Hare Krishna, Balavrinda, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from Lincoln.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, my Dandavat Pranam to you and to the all respected devotees of this divine group, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Radha Damodar ki jai. This is Pooja Arora from Haridwar.
Hare Krishna, Pooja Arora Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Valli from Naperville, Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Valli Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Recently, I saw that in Nepal, ISKCON DTs are installed. So Valli Mataji must be happy now. You have DTs in temple. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, it was a wonderful celebration. Yesterday also I went to see the Ekadasi Darshan. It was so nice. We have a temple, but it was a smaller way before, but now they have installed this bigger deity center. We used to have these deities only for Kartik 30 days before. So now we have those all the time.
Hari Bol. What's the name of the deities, Mataji?
Radha Shyam Sundar.
Sham Sham.
Yeah.
Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Okay, is there anyone who'd like to introduce?
Shall we get started, Mataji? Prabhuji has joined the call.
Okay. I welcome all of you once again. Thank you everyone for today. We are really fortunate to have His Grace Krishna Dhan Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time and association on this Bhakti Sangha call. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta.
Hare Krishna. Is it for me only,
Mataji?
Mataji?
Yeah. I was wondering if it's my problem or not.
Yeah, even I was thinking my laptop got stuck.
Prabhuji's.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, now we can hear you, Prabhu.
Acha. So I'm just sharing the screen and the verses. We are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 14, and text 2 through 4. This chapter is entitled as Lamentation of King Chitraketu. Text number 2. Devanam Shuddha Sattvanam Rushinam Chamalatmanam Bhaktir Mukunda Charane Na Praye Nopajayate. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Demigods situated in the mode of goodness and great sense, cleansed of the dirt of material enjoyment, hardly ever render pure devotional service at the lotus feet of Mukunda. Therefore, how could Vritrasura have become such a great devotee?
No sound is coming.
Yeah. Can someone share the verses?
We have to
Can
read till
someone share the
4.
verses?
I'll share.
Yeah, text number 3. रजोभिः समसंख्याताः पार्थिवैरिह जन्तवः तेषां ये केचन हन्ते श्रेयो वै मनुजादयः. Translation: in this material world, there are as many living entities as atoms. Among these living entities, very few are human beings, and among them, very few are interested in following religious principles. Text 4. प्रायो मुमुक्षवस्तेषां केचनैव द्विजोत्तमा मुमुक्षूणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिन् मुच्येत Siddhyati. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: O best of the Brahmanas, Shukdev Goswami, out of many persons who follow religious principles, only a few desire liberation from the material world. Among many thousands who desire liberation, one may actually achieve liberation, giving up material attachment to society, friendship, love, country, home, wife, and children. And among many thousands of such liberated persons, one who can understand the true meaning of liberation is very rare. Purport: there are four classes of men, namely karmis, jnanis, yogis, and bhaktas. This statement pertains especially to karmis and jnanis. A karmi tries to be happy within this material world by changing from one body to another. His objective is bodily comfort, either in this planet or in another. When such a person becomes a jnani, however, he aspires for liberation from material bondage. Among many such persons who aspire for liberation, one may actually be liberated during his life. Such a person gives up his attachment to society, friendship, love, country, family, wife, and children. Among many such persons who are in the vanaprastha stage, one may understand the value of becoming a sannyasi, completely accepting the renounced order of life. Yeah. Thank you. So, if we look at the context of this sixth canto, previous sections we have discussed about the glorious death of Vritrasur and wonderful prayers offered by Vritrasur. Though he was a demon, in his name we have this Asur, like in Krishna Lila we have these demons, Aghasur, Bakasur. So in the name itself the Asur is added. So Vritra Asura, so in his name also is added. But when the entire incident was narrated to King Parikshit by Shukdev Goswami, how there was battle ensued amongst demons and demigods headed by Vritrasur and Indra respectively. And then Vritrasur died, and on his deathbed he was offering wonderful prayers of devotion, befitting a pure devotee. So therefore, King Parikshit is inquiring now in this chapter beginning itself that to be a devotee of the Lord is very rare. And could you please increase volume? My volume is full. Am I audible now?
Prabhuji, you're very clear, Prabhuji. I don't know why there isn't.
Okay. Very clear, very clear.
Okay. So King Parikshit is then therefore inquiring, how is it that such a person in a demoniac body, how he was such a great devotee? Because to be a devotee of the Lord is very rare, and therefore he is giving these shlokas actually. So basically these 2, 3, 4 and up to 5. In these shlokas, King Parikshit is talking about rarity of a devotee, how a devotee is very rare. And how can we see such a devotion in the heart of Vritrasur? And being inspired by this question of King Parikshit, Shukdev Goswami then narrates his history, that in previous life how he was Chitraketu, and then the entire story will come in the future pages of this chapter, because the chapter itself is entitled King Chitraketu's Lamentation, because he was King Chitraketu in his previous life, and because of some curse he had to accept the body of a demon. So that will be revealed in the future pages, that we know. But here, interestingly, what King Parikshit is telling, the theme of these verses, chapter 14 and text 2 to 5, is basically how devotees are very rare actually. And he begins with saying that there are as many living entities, as many atoms are there on the planet. And the same thing we find in Bhagavad Gita also. The same thing is reiterated previously also. I remember when we discussed on the 5th canto of Bhagavatam how human beings are rare, and in that also devotees are rare. That theme comes in Bhagavatam also at repeated places, and the same theme also comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also at various places, that human form of life itself is very rare, and in that to become devotee of the Lord is rarest. So some time ago I made a presentation for a group of devotees in regards to the verse from Bhagavad Gita, which is Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschidhyatati Siddhaye. So I'll just share few points from that. The presentations are in Hindi, but I'll explain them. Basically, they are Sanskrit words only, very few. So this verse comes in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 3rd shloka. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatpatah. Manushyanam sahasreshu. So there is a hierarchy. Lord Krishna is also explaining. And this hierarchy is known to King Parikshit. Therefore, he is posing this as a question. Manushyanam sahasreshu. Out of thousands and thousands of men, kaschid yatati siddhaye. Some people endeavor for perfection. And yatatam api siddhanam. And out of those who are striving for perfection, very few attain siddhi. And out of those who have attained siddhi, there are very few who know me. Basically, they are devotees of the Lord. So this is being presented in a diagrammatic way. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschidhyatati siddhaye. First, if we try to understand this, so there are unlimited living beings. As it, and this has a very close connection with what we are discussing today. Relate with slok number 2 of discussion. As many living entities are there, as many atoms are there. So asankhya jeev, unlimited living entities are there. And out of these, so there are, now the filtration will be applied. So be meticulously observant about the circles, because so many circles will come in between now. So this is a broad circle of living entities on the planet. So once we understand this broad circle, all the living entities, so it includes human beings, it includes all the 84 lakh species of life. So these 84 lakh species of life are there. Srila Prabhupada quotes this shloka, Jalajanava lakshani sthavara laksha vimshatihi krumayo rudra sankhya pakshinam dash lakshakam trimshal lakshani pashavas chatur lakshani manushaha. So there are 4 lakh. Out of 84 lakh species of life, the description is there given. So 9 lakh, they are Jalaja, staying in water. 20 lakh, they are Sthavaraha, means trees and creepers. And 11 lakhs, they are Kurmis, means insects. And there are 10 lakh Pakshinam, Pakshi means birds. And Trimsha Lakshani Pashavaha. There are animals who are 30 lakhs, 4-legged animals. And Chatur Lakshani Manushaha. There are 4 lakh human beings. So out of 84 lakhs, there are 4 lakh human beings. Okay. So now here we go into another circle. So there are Asankhya Jeev, the green circle was there, which explained about innumerable living entities. And now we have filtered out only 4 lakh species. So human beings are there now. So these human beings have been taken out now. And out of these human beings now, there are some human beings who have inclination of religiosity. Some are religious, some are irreligious. And those who are irreligious, they will go into animals again. Because we know this shloka from Hitopadesh. Ahara nidra bhaimaittunam cha samanyam etat pashubhir niranam dharmo hitesham adhiko visheshaha dharmena hinaha pashubhi samanaha. So there are 4 activities common to human beings and animals. Ahar, nidra, bhaimait, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. We know that. Samanya method, they are equal. Pashubhir naranam. Animals and human beings, these 4 activities are equal. Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho. Dharma, is the additional element which makes human beings special. Dharmena hinaha pashubhi samanaha. If there is no dharma in the human beings, then they are as good as animals. So here in this circle, we categorized and filtered human beings from the countless living entities. So in these human beings also now, there will be some who are animalistic and some who have that additional element of dharma included in them. So this makes then this circle in yellow circle is divided into now the two categories: animalistic human beings and religious human beings. Inner blue circle is religious human beings. So human beings divided into again two categories. So Pashuat Manusha, this is the animalistic human beings, and inside we have dharmic religious people now. Now some of these religious people, so these are religious people, whole group of religious people. So some of them, these religious people, some of them aspire for heaven also, enjoyment in this world also, and some of them seek enjoyment in the latter world also, in the next life. So they're looking for something enjoyable in next life. Something, let us say, going to heaven. But Bhagavad Gita says that even that heaven is not permanent. That is also temporary. They may go there, but they'll again have to come down and be a part of these religious people, and they will come and go, come and go. So in this blue circle, religious people, there will be some people who will be going and coming back again and again. And the proof for this is Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter 21 shloka. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punya martyalokam vishanti evam trai dharma manuprapanna gata gatam kama kama lavante. When they go to Swargalok, Tetam Bhuktva Swargalokam Vishalam, they will enjoy this great Swargalok. But when their punya becomes kshina, when their pious credits are they become weak, kshine punya martyalokam vishanti, they will come down into the material world. And Gatagatam, and they will now here also coming back here because they have the sanskaras from the heaven, and they come down here again. They want to enjoy and go there, so that enjoying propensity is not lost. So they'll go and come, and that, so some part of that circle they will be fixed, like fixed members, going coming. There are very rare people who will think of these questions: who am I, by the way? Why am I suffering? And maybe this birth, old age, disease, they are the problems of my life, and I need to solve them. Actually, I'm just going and coming here and there. Nothing is happening. So how to break this cycle of birth and death? Then there are some very rare souls who have this understanding, and they can think in the direction of something called as self-realization. So this makes us another circle. This red circle inside core one. This is Kachid Yatati Siddhaye. There are some people who will strive for Siddhi. Siddhi means Siddhi means coming out of the cycle of birth and death, for that matter. Okay. This can mean Jnani Yogis also, because they also want to come out of this material world. So this red circle is Kachid Yatati. There are some people who strive. Yatati means they endeavor. They endeavor for attaining some perfection. And in that, those who are striving, now this gives us one more inner core circle, bright yellow, who are self-realized now. Kachid Yatati Siddhaye, and they have now attained perfection. They have attained Siddhi. So this Siddhi can be, let us say, there's some Jnani. And what is Siddhi for that Jnani? To merge into impersonal Brahman. So first of all, there are very few who strive for perfection. And perfection definition also varies for different people. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaniti Shabdete. Some people want to have Brahman realization, some want to have Paramatma realization, like that. So this Siddhi is different for different categories then. So let's take example of Jnanis who are trying to attain for Brahma Jyoti. And even if someone attains, let us say that Brahma Jyoti, but Bhagavatam tells that that is also not eternal position. From there also, one has to come down. Demigods, while praying to Lord Krishna in the womb, they say, ये अन्य अरविंदाक्ष विमुक्त मानिना त्वयि असद्भावात् अवशुद्ध बुद्धयः आरुह्य कुर्चरेण परम पदम ततः पतन्त्यधो अनादृतिष्मदंग्रयः. Very famous shloka, favorite of Srila Prabhupada, quoted many times in various purports. ये अन्य अरविंदाक्ष विमुक्त मान, those who think themselves liberated. त्वयि असद्भावात् अविशुद्ध बुद्धयः आरुह्य कुर्चरेण परम पदम ततः पतन्त्यधो. They might have reached to the Brahman realization stage very difficulty, with very difficulty. Kuchrena. But patanti, they'll have to come down because of what? Anadruta yushmat angraya. Because of disrespect towards the lotus feet of personality of Godhead. So, and therefore Krishna says that there are very rare who attains this siddhi, and out of those, there also kaschin mam veti tattva. There are very few who can know me. And we know only by loving devotional service, only Lord can be known. So to know Lord is very difficult. But this is what Brahmaji prays, you know. Gunatmanaste pi gunan vimatum hitavatirnasya ka ishe rasya kalena yerva vimitaha sukalpair bhupamshavah khem hikadivat. Someone can count even the particle of ice on Himalaya, particle of dust on the planet, and someone can count stars. But it is very difficult to count quality of the Lord and the Lord. So it is very difficult to be known. But Lord can be known only by devotion, and there are very few who know the Lord. So this is the last, what you can say, the summarized circle. So unlimited living entities, the outer circle. In that, human beings, one circle. Human beings also categorized. Animalistic human beings, religious human beings. So this gives rise to blue circle, which represents religious human beings. And red circle means religious human beings also means sometimes aspiring for heaven or some other higher abode, but again coming down. Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartin Arjuna. One has to come down even if one goes to Brahma loka. So blue circle, religious people, and then some think I may have to break the cycle of birth and death. Let us try for something higher. So red circle is Kashti Yati Siddha. In that yellow circle is some Siddhi Prapti. Brahma realization or Paramatma realization happens, but Bhagwan realization is very rare. Kashtin Mahamit. There are very few who can know me and very few who attain me. So tells that how this is rare. And so rare, finding this itself is, and therefore saying devotees are very how the demon or
voice is breaking, bro. Voice is breaking.
Still breaking. Maybe internationally, I don't know. Yeah. So same theme also put in the Madhila, wherein Rupa was instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ashwamedh Ghat. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu written through Varanasi. In Varanasi, Rupa meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Meeting for 10 days, and based on that meeting, Rupa Goswami do. So here also we instruct.
Hare Krishna. Your voice is breaking.
Just give me.
Maybe you can keep your video off, Prabhuji. I will check that.
Okay. Okay. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Swami, and this section comes in Madhya Lila chapter 19, where Mahaprabhu is returning from Vrindavan via, and then afterwards Varanasi. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu. Now it is clear. I think because of internet weakness.
Okay, okay. So maybe turning off the video can be a good bandwidth. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vrindavan, and in Varanasi there, and elaborate meeting between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami happens there. And at Dashashwamedh Ghat, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Goswami regarding the same theme. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is the same theme is there in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita as well, all three books. So we'll discuss this, and then we'll discuss something about its applicability for us. So Madhya Lila 19th chapter, who is instructing Rupa Goswami, verse 130. Here, Prabhu, this 8 Brahmanda Bhari Anant 84 laksh yoni te karaye Brahman. In this universe, there are limitless living species in 84 lakh species, and all are wandering within this universe. So remember our previous circle in unlimited living entities divided into 84 lakh species of life. And he has this Taramadhe Sthavara Jangamadui Bhed Jangame Jala Havara we what we discuss, same thing. The unlimited living entities can be divided into two divisions then, Thavar and Jangam. Those that can move and those that cannot move. Among living that can move, there are birds, aquatic animals. And Taramadhe Manushya Patar, there are very few human beings. And Taramadhe Mlecha Pulinda Buddha Shabar. So human beings also, then there are various categories. Although the living entities known as human beings are very small in quantity, that divisions may be still further subdivided. For there are many uncultured like Mlechas, Pulinda, Shabaras, etc. etc. So Vedanistha ne Vedabahya. Vedanistha madhe ardheka Veda mukhyamane. Vedanistha papa kare dharma nahi jane. So basically what we have divided, you remember that circle, animalistic human beings and religious human beings. So same circle is coming from this word. Among human beings, those who are followers of Vedic principles are considered civilized. Almost half simply give lip service while committing all kinds of sins against these principles. So dharmachari, those who follow religious principles, dharmachari बहुत कर्मनिष्ठ कोटि कर्मनिष्ठ मध्ये एक ज्ञानी श्रेष्ठ. Means religious principles, and who are following the religious principles, they are also like some are karmanishtha, some are jnananishtha, like that. Karmanishtha and jnananishtha, these two categories are there. And kasi yata they category, they try for attaining perfection of life. And then Mahaprabhu says, Koti jnani madhe hoya ekajana mukta, Koti mukta madhe durlabha eka Krishna. So Koti jnani mukta. Out of many millions of such wise men, one may actually be become liberated, mukta. And out of many millions of such liberated persons, a pure devotee of the Lord is very rare to find. And then comes this Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Atayeva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakali Ashanta. Mahaprabhu says Krishna Bhakta, because he doesn't have any material desire. Nishkama Atayeva Shanta, therefore he is peaceful. And Bhukti Mukti and Siddhi Kami. Bhukti means those who want to enjoy, those who want to get liberated, and Siddhi Kami, those who want mystic perfections. They are all Ashanta because they still have some material desires in their heart lingering. And then this Muktanam api Siddhanam Narayana Parayana Sudurlabha Prasantatma Koti Mahamune Shloka. Oh great sage, out of many millions of materially liberated people who are free from ignorance, and out of Siddhas who have nearly attained perfection, there is hardly one pure devotee of Narayana. And only such a devotee is actually completely satisfied and peaceful. So basically, if you see sloka number, but this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 6.14.5, which will be discussed tomorrow. So the same theme is continuing. Mahaprabhu is explaining how devotional service or a devotee is rare, and Krishna also saying same thing in Bhagavad Gita. How to know him by bhakti is very rare. What King Parikshit is saying here, devotees are very rare. How is it that Vritrasur? So I think you have understood the question of King Parikshit now. So why he was amazed? Because devotional service itself is so very rare. Devotees are so very rare. How is it that a demon is found to have or possess a devotional disposition? Now, when we talk about rarity, it sometimes leads to misconception that something rare, it is difficult to obtain. Right? Rare means it's very rare. Diamond, let us say, when we say diamond is very rare, Kohinoor diamond, very rare. But when we say it rare, it is also associated with difficulty in getting it, right? Or difficulty in becoming something. So, is it that devotional service or devotee is rare? Is it mean that Lord is difficult to obtain? So, just quick you to this question. Is Lord difficult to obtain then when we are talking about? Basically, no. Why? Because we are all part and parcel of the Lord, and there are 3 examples which we need to see. First of all, the example of a one. Now, when the stone is thrown up in, because it is of earth element, it will come down to its natural position, right? When you throw a stone up, it is made up of earth material. It has to come down to earth. Similarly, when we lit up fire, you might have seen fire has a natural tendency to go up, because it is part and parcel of sun. So it always moves towards the sun. And the third example is given, that of a river, because river is part and parcel of an ocean. It naturally flows towards the ocean. So stone, which is made up of earth material, naturally flows towards earth. And we lit up fire, it naturally moves upward towards the sun because it's part and parcel of sun. And rivers, they are part and parcel of ocean, therefore they naturally flow towards the ocean. Similarly, souls, we are part and parcel of the Lord, and our inclination towards the Lord is natural. So obtaining the Lord is difficult. Krishna ananyachetam yomam smrati nityashah tasyaham sulabha partha yuktasya yoginah. Krishna, I am sulabh in Bhagavad Gita 8 chapter 14th verse. Sulabha, it's highlighted here. Ananyachetaha satvam. With single pointed attention, those who smrati, those who remember me. Tasya. For them, aham sulabha. I am sulabha. I am easy to obtain. So Lord is not durlabh. So what do you mean by durlabh then when we say devotees are rare? When we say devotees are rare, it essentially means that people who are striving for devotional service are few in number, are less in number. Not many are trying to become devotee. Obtaining the Lord is not difficult. Rarity means obtaining the Lord is difficult. Rarity means people don't try. Getting the point? People don't try. They are trying to be happy in this material world. They are trying to laud nature, miserable here, and satisfied being rotten in the material world. So rarity means it's not that Lord obtaining the Lord is difficult, but people who make sacrifices, ready to tolerate temptation, and eager to obtain Lord, they are active. So it's very rare actually to find such devotees then. And therefore, because devotees are rare, so we devotees are amongst the rarest species existing on the planet, and therefore we need to take association of these devotees very seriously and sincerely. Right? Getting the point of rarity, you see, unlimited, out of unlimited species, some are like human beings, and some are religious oriented, and some are striving towards perfection. And like that, in that karmanishta, jnanishta are there. So like that, if we filter out, there are very few numbers left who are actually practicing pure devotional service. So practicing pure devotional service is a very rare commodity, and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and previous acharyas, we have been given a chance to be on this path of pure devotional service. So we need to really value the association of devotees, and we need to really care for that. That is what we see as a constant theme in various prayers of various devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam. When Dhruva was asked, what you want. First of all, he said, I don't want anything. But then still, Bhakti Moho Prabhatam Tvaime Prasang Bhuyat Anantamahatam Amalashayana Yenanjasolbanam Uru Vyasanam Bhavabdim Nesche Bhavad Gunakatham Rutapanamatta. Association of devotees of the Lord who are engaged lovingly in your service, O my Lord. So Dhruva is asking for association. Prahlad Maharaj is asking for association of devotees, especially spiritual master Narad Muni. So ham katham nu visurje tava bhritya sevam. How can I give up my service to your devotees, O my Lord? So Prahlad Maharaj is asking for association. So like that we see Prithu Maharaj asks for opportunity to hear glories of the Lord in the association of devotees. This is the constant thing always. They are always hankering, even though they are pure devotees, they are hankering for of their devotees. So therefore, understanding the rarity of devotional service and rarity of devotees existing, we really need to take shelter of devotees, aspire for their association, and have devotional disposition. And we have got that, cultivate that, and give up this notion that obtaining the Lord is very difficult. No, it's not very difficult. Aham tarishyami duranta param tamo mukundang sevayeva. I will cross. This is the confidence of a devotee. I will cross over the ocean of nescience just by being in the association of devotees and serving the lotus feet. The confidence of a devotee. So we need to really value, aspire for such type of association. So I'd like to conclude with this stream and with this take-home message that what King Parikshit is inquiring, that being a devotee of the Lord is very rare, and how is it that Vritrasur became a devotee? And this also is very remarkable, that external body significant, because Prahlad Maharaj in the body of a demon actually. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 verse 3, Lord says, Prahladastasmi Daitya. Of the demons, I am Prahlad. He was also born in the demon family, and he was basically devotee inside, demon outside. The same is the case with Vritrasur, and that will be revealed through the story of Chitraketu, why that was so in the future pages of coming chapter. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Are there questions that we can take?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for this wonderful class and very nectarian verses from the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita were quoted. Prabhuji, do you have time for questions? There are 3 raised hands.
We can take questions. I can turn off video if
Okay.
required, just if my audio is breaking.
Yes, thank you so much. Rinki Mataji, Hare Krishna, please go ahead with your question.
Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, my question is that you say the lording over the material nature. I don't know if I understand lording over material nature. So is it the lording over material nature is mean by that when you are done living by our own quota, according what the Sri Krishna Bhagavan is saying? So it is like we are lording over when you don't follow regulatory principles, 4 regulatory principles, and we are doing out of the 4. So that is lording over material nature, Prabhu?
Lording over material nature means to be understanding supreme the controller, but I am the controller and I am the enjoyer, and I enjoy my control. That is lording. Srila Prabhupada purpose, the basic flaw of a flaw is lording over the material nature means basically being egoistic. Lording over material nature again means being egoistic and understanding oneself to be the controller. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankar vimudatma karta aham iti manyate. Bhagavad Gita 3.27 gives us the perfect definition of lording it over material nature. When things are done by the modes of material nature, prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankar vimudatma, the one who is moved, he thinks that out of false ego, I am the doer. And mentality, then he tries to lord it over the material nature, wants to be controller and wants to be enjoyer of everything. And yeah, as you said, that trying to assert others' quota as whatever Lord has given me, but I want more because I'm the doer. So that's also a part of this mentality of lord the material nature.
No, Prabhu, I'm saying that like we need to follow the regulatory principles to stay in Bhakti Yoga principles of life. So if suppose like when we are struggling to follow the 4 regulated principles, and then we are saying, oh, mujhe to nahi ho pa raha hai, I'm struggling, and so that means it's also false ego that actually we are not trying, or maybe we are being lazy, or sometimes we don't want to follow we don't want to be part of the Krishna conscious, we don't want to be part of, we just want to be like जो कर्म कंडा है उसमें रहना बहुत सारे को, so is it lording over कहते हैं प्रभु, like we don't want to be,
can say
we
that.
don't the bhakti yoga
Because you want to be enjoyer through karma kanda, you want to enjoy.
Yeah,
so enjoying,
that is also lording over, na?
yes.
And bhakti yoga, whenever जब हम लोग 4 रेगुलर प्रिंसिपल में रहते, भक्ति कीर्तन करते हैं, फिर जो श्लोका है उसको हम पढ़ते हैं, तो वो भी तो भक्ति योग में आते हैं। तो जब हम तो जब एक दूसरे के हम पढ़ के सुनाते हैं और कोई दूसरे भक्त बोलते तो हम लोग धीरज लग के सुनते हैं, तो उसको तो कहते हैं कि वही तो भक्ति होगा, है ना? उसमें तो भगवान की बात ही हो रहा है, वो तो एंजॉयमेंट नहीं है।
Yes, that is bhakti yoga.
तो रासा क्या होता है? बोलते कि रास कहते हैं कि जब डिवोशनल मेलोस और भक्ति रस, वो क्या शुद्ध भक्त जान सकते हैं, समझ सकते हैं, उपलब्धि कर सकते हैं क्या? वो हम तो नहीं हो सकते ना।
नहीं, see, we are trying Vaidhi Bhakti now, which is called as devotional service regulated devotional service. So we are on the platform of regulated devotional service. We hear, we chant, we take prasad, we offer things to the Lord, then accept. So these are regulations. And then there is another devotional service which is called as spontaneous, means one is naturally attracted to Supreme Lord. And for them, regulations won't apply. Pure devotees of the Lord, actually. And we are striving for that stage. So therefore, in the initial phase, we have to follow this Vaidhi Marg, regulated. And once we perfect at this stage, then we go saying mellows. Then there are different mellows, actually, rasas, Shantaras, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, prominently these rasas. So that is an advanced level understanding of Bhakti mellows.
So for us,
so for us, the because Dasya is common. If you see even Yashoda Mai, who is in Vatsalya Bhav, she is also trying to serve Krishna. Krishna, you must be hungry, take this. So that servitude is common in all. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also revealing to Padakamalayoho Das Dasanu Dasaha. We are servants of Krishna. Cultivate and practice this Dasya Bhav. Practice it, master it. And then at an advanced stage, the things will be revealed to you. That is what Srila Prabhupada guaranteed. Is that clear?
हाँ, प्रभु जी और एक क्वेश्चन है, पूछूं या ना पूछूं, और नेक्स्ट टाइम पूछूं?
Let us see all other questions. Next time is there, we can take your second.
अच्छा, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Ricky Mataji. You can wait for the next turn. Next, I request Krishna Prabhuji, you can ask your question.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Dhan Prabhu, you told very wonderful points. Now, I want to know, you were telling about that Manishyanam Sahasresu Yatatam Kaschin Mam Vete Tattvata. That Kaschin Mam Vete Tattvata is happening because, no, you have told about Kaschin Mam Vete Tattvata, and then you told that Manishyanam Sahasresu Kaschin Yati Siddhe Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvata. They're very rare to obtain the pure devotional service, no? So, yeah, you told the pure devotional service is very rare to get, the top level. Is my voice audible? Mataji,
Yes,
is it audible to you?
Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Are you listening?
Yes,
I'm not able
Prabhuji.
to listen
Yeah.
anything.
No, I was just telling Prabhu, I loudly
Hare
tell,
Krishna.
Manishyanam sahasreshu kaschin dadati siddhaye. But, that sloka I'm telling. Kaschin mam veti tattvataha. That is very rare to obtain, you told. I'm asking,
Hare
is it
Krishna,
because...
Prabhuji. Prabhuji
Yeah.
said he's not able to hear anything.
You can hear. Why I'm not able to hear then? Just a
See?
second.
Prabhuji, I think only you are not able to hear, so we will wait for some time. Prabhuji will connect back.
Prabhuji, you can type in your question.
Very big question to type. Okay, I will make it very short. Is it...
Krishna, if possible, Prabhuji can rejoin. Krishna Dhan Prabhuji.
Yeah, now I'm able to listen.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Prabhu, I'm asking that, is it that because we are not Ekanishta Bhakti, there are many things we are studying, we are reading, but we are not applying. We are not the obedient children of Krishna. That's why we are not able to attain the perfection. Is it right? That is the point. That
Therefore,
we are not able to attain Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvata. We are not able to become the rarest to understand Krishna in this life. In this very life, to know Krishna, we should follow all the rules properly and not do any aparad and do chanting properly. Then we'll come at the top level, no? That very rarest commodity.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
So, Ekanishta Bhakti. That means we should be sticking to whatever Krishna has told, follow it 100% as per Guru and Gauranga. That's all.
Yes, 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 yes. That is rare, and because of previous conditionings or because of our many desires in our hearts, because of offenses, because of obstacles, so many things coming in our journey, and someone not being able to practice that devotion as expected, and therefore it is not climbing on the ladder, as you said. So yes, yes.
The false ego and the mind are the real bottlenecks, Prabhu. Whatever
Yes,
we are
yes.
doing, the mind, the false ego and the mind.
Yes, they are real bottlenecks, true.
Can you give some solution?
Solution to bottlenecks.
To chant.
Nai. To chant is obviously what we do daily. But first thing is for applying a solution, first thing is to understand the problem. So, and when we understand that, yes, my mind is troubling me. Yes, I'm different from my mind. Actually, this is one level of advancement. People don't even know that they are different from their minds. They're different from their egos. So we have at least made a sufficient level of progress, we can say, by just understanding that I'm not the mind, I'm not the ego, I'm someone else, maybe the soul, right? So understanding our identity as a different from mind and ego, distancing ourselves, and this is first is understanding. Second is acting.
Acting.
Okay, my mind is saying, okay, now I'm getting bored. Go to sleep. Chant later. So I understand. Then we immediately go to sleep. Okay, I'm feeling tired. Let me sleep. No, first of all, is it my mind speaking to me? Okay, it may be my mind. Let me try and sit at one place and chant. So applying action also. Not only understanding me and my mind are separate. Me and my ego are separate. Ego means I am right. But okay, is this my ego speaking? Let me introspect. So dealing practically, and when we understand, and then these two are different, and then accordingly making decisions and acting, that can help us make progress, in my opinion.
So reject the advice of the mind and the ego, and then keep doing our things for the pleasure of the Lord. Then they will fail and they'll keep quiet. The false ego will become real ego.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Bhagavati Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Now I request Anita Ramaya Mataji, you can ask your question.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for your wonderful class. You took so many verses from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So, Prabhuji, just my question is, lastly, we're saying that Lord has told in Bhagavad Gita that among the demons, I'm Prahlad also, right? So I just want to know one information on that. Please excuse me if it is wrong to ask. So actually, I heard in a lecture yesterday, which was conducted by which was conducted by ISKCON Tirupalai. So what there actually this he was saying that Prahlad Maharaj also at times he tend to fight with the Lord. So is it and it is told in Vaman Puran. So is it so, Prabhuji? I just had a doubt on that because we have been hearing that Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Lord. So that was the first time I'm hearing that sometimes he used to show his demoniac nature also. So can you explain on that, Prabhuji?
I'm not aware of that, Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. I request Rinki Mataji, you can ask your question now.
Okay, Mataji. Prabhuji, you say that devotional disposition. इसमें enlighten कर सकते हैं Prabhuji?
Little louder, Mataji.
The devotional disposition. Disposition, Prabhu, you have talked about it. Can you enlighten us, Prabhu?
Devotional disposition means inclination, actually. And how we, like we say, no, there is something called as position and something is disposition. So our inclination to serve, that is devotional disposition. What I meant.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So
Thank
I
you,
don't.
Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So if you're okay, we will end the call. I don't see any question in the chat. Your permission.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां
सिन्धुभ्येव पतितानां
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
पावनेभ्यो
नमः अनंत
वैष्णवेभ्यो
कोटि
नमो
वैष्णव
नमः।
वृंद की जय।
नमो नमः।
श्रीमद् भागवतम
जय
की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव
जय
वृंद की जय। His Grace
जय
कृष्णदान प्रभु जी की जय।
जय
So much, Prabhuji. We look forward for your association in the future.
गौरंगा
Hare Krishna.
नित्यानंद
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your valuable
गौरंगा
time.
नित्यानंद
Radhe
राधे